Welcome back to my channel. My name is Claudine and today let's talk about my fasting experience part 2. And hindi lang siya about my experience, but I also share to you what I've learned based on science and kung ano yung mga na-research ko. And yon, so basically isi-share ko sa inyo what happens sa ating body in every hour na nagfa-fast tayo. So I'm gonna talk about the benefits of fasting in this video, but it's more on the intercellular level and explanation about how or what actually happens inside your body for a certain period of time. So I might not be able to share everything. Google is free, you can Google everything, but I'm gonna share my experience and the benefits based sa experience ko, like personal experience. So first off, I have my código as said on my last video about my fasting, 3-day fasting experience. I have to talk about it with código kasi nga I don't want na magkamali because ayokong magbigay sa iyo ng information na hindi pala totoo or mali. So, itong information na nahagilap ko galing sa app na Simple, and to be honest, I've been using this app, and this is not a sponsored video by the way, but I've been using this app for 7 months. Let's start with what happens to you 4 hours to 30 minutes. Syempre, yung blood sugar mo ay tataas sa mga kinain mo, syempre. And then, 4 hours to 30 minutes to 7 hours, ang blood sugar mo naman ay bababa. So, right after spiking, syempre, pag nag-spike, bababa. Madaliin ko na to kasi hindi yun yung importante. 7 hours of fasting to 12 hours, yung blood sugar mo is nag-normalize na. So, from roller coaster, magiging stable na siya. So, kapag ma-prolong yung stabilization ng blood sugar mo, mag-enter ka sa zone na ketosis. So, that's from 12 hour of fasting until 18 hours. So, what happens here kapag may ketosis or ketosis begins is, at this point, your system switches right into ketosis gear, a metabolic rate that allows your body to burn fat into energy instead of relying purely on carbs. Kasi yung first energy source na available sa body natin na mas madaling i-burn is the carbs and glucose. And then since nga naging stable na yung blood sugar mo, mag-shift na siya sa ketosis. So breaking down ketone bodies, aka fat, into energy instead of processing carbs is a lot healthier for your brain cells. Ang daming clinical studies that show na mas preferred ng brain cells mo yung ketone over glucose. Mas sharp siya, kaya isa yan sa mga benefit ng ketosis, yung medyo sharp yung mind kapag nagtagal na, kapag na-overcome mo na yung keto flu zone, nagiging clear yung mind mo, nagiging sharp kasi nga mas okay yung function ng brain cells mo. And then it also says this is because it produces fewer inflammatory byproducts. So, right, yung inflammation is actually caused by glucose, usually carbs and sugar. I'm not saying it's bad, but sa brain natin, yun nga, nagkakaroon kasi tayo ng mga byproducts, diba? So, kapag fat yung ginagamit or ketones yung ginagamit for energy ng brain mo, it produces fewer inflammatory byproducts. So, less yung mga migraine, ang daming mga effects ng inflammation sa brain, diba? Yung mga sakit-sakit natin dyan, or mga mental whatever. So, anyway, next, from 18 hours to 24 hours, your body is now fat burning. Yun yung status ng body mo. And says, number 1, your body is actively burning through its fat reserves. So, yung sa ketosis kasi more on fat reserves ng liver natin. But dito sa fat burning stage, hindi na lang siya more sa liver, but yung mga fat reserves mo sa katawan. Ginagamit niya na yung mga extra fats mo for energy or for fuel. Number 2, there's an increased production of ketone bodies in your system kasi syempre, longer yung period na wala kang nilalagay na any food that spikes your insulin up. And then third, there's a significant decrease in inflammatory processes within your system. So, yung mga inflammation, medyo nagsasubside na, ganon. And then, number 4, multiple body rejuvenation processes begin to kick in. So, nagre-regenerate na nagre-rejuvenate na yung mga cells mo in this zone. So, next is after fat burning. Now, mag-enter na tayo into autophagy. So, this is from around 24 to 36 hours. So, what happens here is just basically autophagy means, in Greek word, self-eating or self-devouring. So, what happens here basically is kinakain ng good cells mo yung bad cells mo. So, it may sound parang nakakatakot kasi self-eating. So, paano yung mga muscle gains ko or what? But it's actually good kasi yun nga ang sinasabi dito. Autophagy is a natural self-repair mechanism program within every cell of your body. What's happening inside your body, and number 1 is that your cells are replacing all the damaged components with shiny new parts. Number 2, it's a zero waste process. So all the damaged cells are broken down into boom, 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 useful metabolic resources. So yung mga damaged cells, sabi nga dito, zero waste to na process. So ginagamit na siya into metabolic resources. So it's either mag-burn ng whatever or what, but it's actually a good thing. And number 3, by the end of the day, your cells will be as good as new. Parang anti-aging process kasi nag-generate yung cells mo. It also says here that it has been proven to help prevent various medical conditions like Alzheimer's. And that's actually a good thing. Again, brain function, brain health. And then from autophagy, now we go into the ting hunger zone. That's around 36 hours to 48 hours. So what happens here is just yun lang, hindi ka na masyadong nagugutom, hindi ka na masyadong makakaramdam ng gutom, except lang sa mga situational hunger na yung mga katulad ng, for me, every dinner or mga hapon, kumakain talaga ako ng bongga. So, medyo nakakaramdam ako ng gutom. But, basically, yung mga gutom na dahil wala kang kinain buong ilang araw, 3 days or 2 days, hindi mo na siya mararamdaman. Mararamdaman mo lang siya kapag time na ng kainan, yung usual mong kain. So, ganon. After the no hunger zone or tame to hunger zone, now our body goes into growth hormone spike. So, from 48 hours to 54 hours, ito yung nangyayari. So, what's that? Ano yung growth hormones? At anong ibig sabihin ng growth hormone spike? So, basically, it's a very good thing. It says here, the levels of growth hormone production have significantly increased since the day you began fasting. Short story, it's a good thing. But here's a longer story. Okay, so, number 1, growth hormones help you retain and even bulk up your muscles. So, it's a good news para sa mga concern about muscle, yung muscle gains kasi nagpa-fasting ka, wala kang kinakain, so walang protein yung muscles mo. But actually, kapag na-hit mo na yung status na to, yung growth hormone rise, spike, it's actually good for your muscles kasi from the word growth, diba? It helps you grow your muscles and bulk up your muscles, and it's actually a good thing, and it's actually a surprising thing na kaya pala ng fasting na mag-bulk up ng muscle kasi ang akala nating lahat is kapag wala kang kinain protein or amino acids ay maglulose ka ng muscle, not with growth hormone spike zone. So, number 2, it says here that the same hormone does a great job preventing cardiovascular conditions like angina and myocardial infarction. Scientific term, hindi ko alam paano i-pronounce. So, anyway, that's just a fancy word for heart attack. So, yun. Ito hindi na to about fasting, no, but I've also read from before that if you sleep from 10 to 2, yun yung spike ng growth hormones mo sa body. So, that's why science suggests that you sleep around 10 and 2 kasi nandun nga yung spike ng growth hormones. And if you want to know more about the benefits of growth hormones, just Google it. From 54 hours to 72 hours, what happens is overall insulin level drops. So, ang nangyari dito sa body natin basically is lahat, like overall insulin natin ay bumababa. And this is actually a good thing, especially sa mga diabetic na tao or yung may mga insulin resistance. Personally, what I like about overall insulin level drop is that it prevents you from accumulating fat. Because I've also read and nabasa ko and napanood ko from Dr. Berg that every time na nagsaspike yung insulin mo, every time you eat something that causes insulin spike, kahit konting-konti lang, automatic yung fat burning mechanism ng body mo nasa-stop. So every time you eat, yon, that's why very beneficial yung fasting and ketosis or keto diet sa mga gusto talagang pumayat. But in my case, okay naman siya, pero sobrang pumayat ako kasi I've been doing it for more than a year, and then grabe yung payat ko talaga. So ngayon gusto ko makakain ako na mga gusto ko. Ayoko ma-restrict masyado kasi ang dami ko pa rin naman mga food sensitive na mga pagkain. So at least kahit paano kaya ko nang kumain ng carbs and hindi na siya bawal kasi hindi na ako nagkikito, but I still love fat. So anyway, moving on, after overall insulin level drop, what happens is immune cells regeneration. So this happens from 72 hours up to 144 hours. So kinompute ko siya mga nasa 6 days. So if you really want to target or tap that immune cell regeneration, ito yon. So what happens here basically is, number 1, the immune cells of your body get damaged by fending off bacteria, viruses, germs, ganun. And in order to perform at its peak, your immune system has to repair damaged cells at a pretty fast rate. So ito yung, kasi every day we're facing all kinds of free radicals and oxidants. So it's normal na may mga immune cells talaga tayo na, alam mo yun, nadadamage. And in this zone, which is from 72 hours up to 144 hours, ang nangyayari is basically yung cell regeneration natin, immune cell regeneration natin is nasa faster or rapid rate. So still, even if hindi mo na na-hit to, normally our body naman is able to regenerate itself. But if you want yung rapid cell regeneration, you have to tap this zone. So that's why I tried my best to really at least do a 3-day fast, and my next goal is to do 6 hours para sobrang boom maximum talaga na immune cell regeneration yung ma-achieve ko. And again, your immune cells help you from viruses, bacteria, and germs, and especially in this pandemic, coronavirus, diba? Mas magiging malakas yung immune cells mo. So I really suggest that you try doing this if kaya, but if not, wag na lang kasi baka mabaliw ka. So anyway, I think that's it. Until here muna tayo kasi ito lang naman yung fast ko, no? Hanggang 3 days lang. And again, hindi ko nga na-hit yung 6-day mark. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope may natutunan kayo kahit konti. And see you on my next video.